So let us see quadratic equations. We know ax square plus bx plus c is a quadratic equation of second degree. So if it is second degree, we call it as quadratic. If it is first degree, we call it as linear. If third degree and more, we don't call it as a quadratic, we call it as a degree of highest standard. Suppose if it is there, 3x cubed minus 4x, this is not a quadratic because this is a third power is there. If it is 5x square minus 4x plus 2 is a quadratic. So these are the first, this is a quadratic coefficient, linear coefficient and constant term. There are three terms. Quadratic means to the power of 2. So these are the quadratic. Let us recall our factorization a plus b into a minus b, a square minus b square. Because these we are going to use in our quadratic solving quadratic equation. A cubed minus b cubed, a minus b into a square plus ab plus b square plus b cubed becomes minus ab plus b square. A to the power 4 plus b minus b to the power 4 is a plus b into a minus b into a square plus b square. This becomes a square minus b square. So a square a to the power 4 minus b to the power 4. Some factorization is recap. We are just revising now what we have learned. We are completing this perfect square. So I am having ax square plus b by ax plus c by a is equal to 0. A we have taken bottom. So we have completed it to be a square plus b by 2a whole square plus 2 into b by 2a is b by ax. So plus b by 2a means I have put minus b by 2a also. So when I simplify this, I am getting x plus b by 2a whole square is equal to b square minus 4ac by 4a square. When I take out the root, it is plus or minus. So x is equal to minus b by 2a plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2. This is how we fundamentally calculated the roots of quadratic. Roots of quadratic. See, plus is one root, minus is another root. Let us go. Let us see x square minus 3x plus 2. We need not go straight away for the formula. We can simply see this is 2 ones are 2, minus 2 minus 1. So x minus 1 into x minus 2. The roots are 1 and 2. So sometimes we have to do by i's itself. Here you see 12. 12 is 4 3s are 12. X plus 4 into x plus 3. So minus 3 minus 4 are the roots. What do you mean of roots? If I put x minus 3, then this value will become 0. F of y is, the f of x is 0. That is the root means where it is touching the x-axis. Now let us say this one. Again 10, 5 2s are 10 plus 5 minus 2. So root is minus 5 plus 2. Similarly 30, 6 5s are 30 minus 6 plus 5. So root is minus 5 plus 6. So let us see here. Here we don't have a perfect root. 12 2s are 24. 24 means 6 4s are 24, 8 3s are 24. Nowhere I am getting 7. So I am going for minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. This is a complex number. See, root of minus 1 is complex number. So I root 47. 7 plus I root 47 by 4. 7 minus I root 47 by 4. These are the two roots. Always complex numbers. If the coefficients are real, here coefficients are real, 2, 7, 12. These are all real coefficients. Even root 2, root 7, they are also real coefficients. When the coefficients are real, I will have both complex numbers, plus and minus. They are in the terms of conjugate pairs. The roots will be conjugate pairs. Okay. Now let us understand the nature of the roots. If b square minus 4ac is more than 0, we will get real roots. If it is equal to 0, we will get equal roots. 2. If it is less than 0, here in case is less than 0, I am getting roots in terms of imaginary, that is complex number. So there is imaginary means what? It is not touching x-axis. It is maybe touching y-axis or a xy complex plane. This is a x component. This is y component. This is a xy plane. This is a imaginary. So relation between roots and coefficients, we know the alpha plus beta is minus b by a, because these are the two roots. When I add these two, this plus minus gets cancelled out. Minus 2b by minus 2a becomes b by a, minus b by a. If I do multiplication, a square minus b square. So here b square get cancelled, 4a 2a square. So this get cancelled, c by a. So these are the roots of the relation between roots of a quadratic equation. So the quadratic equation can be written as x square plus a plus b into x plus ab. This is the sum of the roots. This is the product of the roots. Sum of the roots is minus b by a. The product of the roots. So this is supposed to be minus. It's because when I do, so what is the sum of the roots is minus of a plus b by 1. But here sum of the roots I am taking as a plus b. That means this should be minus. Product is ab by a1. So product is ab. A and b are roots. Here it comes minus. Okay. Now let us see. We are having a alpha plus beta. We have alpha beta. We have. How to find out other components? This will be required in our lessons. Suppose I want alpha square plus beta square. We know alpha square, alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 alpha beta. Here are 2 plus 2 alpha beta, 2 alpha beta gets cancelled. I'll get alpha square plus beta square. If I want alpha cube plus beta cube, everything I have to convert into alpha plus beta and alpha beta. So a cube plus b cube, we have some a plus b whole cube minus 3ab into a plus b. So the whole terms are converted into alpha plus beta or alpha beta. So I can easily find out alpha cube plus beta cube. What is alpha minus beta? You know, alpha plus beta whole square minus 4 alpha beta. This becomes alpha minus beta whole square. Under root will give me alpha minus beta. Again, alpha to the power of 4 plus beta to the power of 4. Again, this is nothing but alpha square. Alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 alpha beta whole square minus 2 alpha square beta square. Here, see, I have converted this into alpha plus beta and alpha beta. That is the requirement. So that I can find out this value. So if we expand this, what is becoming? Alpha square plus beta square plus 2 alpha beta. These two are getting cancelled. So this becomes alpha square plus beta square whole square. That means alpha to the power 4 plus beta to the power 4 plus 2 alpha square beta square. This is getting cancelled. So I am left out with alpha to the power 4 plus beta to the power 4. That means what I am doing here, I am converting this into sum of the roots and product of the roots. So I can find out this. These are our problems will be coming on this type of questions. Let us have quick recapture of the properties of roots. The zeros of quadratic function are nothing but they are touching the x-axis. When y of this is 0, f of x is y-axis value. This total is 0 at two values of x. Then that is the zeros of the function. To find zeros of quadratic function, there are three methods are there. One is the factorization, which you have seen here. This is a factorization method. Another is the completing squares. This is the way of completing squares. We can convert them into a perfect square. This is of course formula, but we can convert into a square. We can convert into a square and find out the equation. And third one is quadratic formula, minus b plus r minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2. So these are the three methods we can use zeros. If two root of a quadratic are irrational means root 2, root 3, like that, then the two root zeros of the root will occur in conjugate pairs. It's a complex. For complex, they come in conjugate pairs. This is m plus root n and m minus root n. Even it need not be a complex. It can be irrational because coefficients are rational. If the ABC are rational, the roots, if it is irrational part is coming, then they have because it is plus or minus by root 2 by a minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. So this is plus or minus. Both is automatically appearing. Sum of zeros equation is minus b by a. Product is c by a. And we know if two zeros of functions are reciprocal to each other. That means what? 1 into 2 is equal to c by a. That means c is equal to a. x1 into x2 is equal to c by a. If c is equal to a, x1 x2 is equal to 1. So the product is 1. Similarly, if two zeros of a quadratic equation are equal, if they are equal means what? The sum is minus b by a. Sum is equal to minus b by a. Minus b by a. So 2 into root is equal to minus b by a. So that is minus b by 2a will be the one root if they are equal. But if they are opposite sign, they are equal in magnitude but opposite in sign. That means what? Sum is 0. x1 plus x2 is equal to 0. That means then only x1 is equal to minus x2. That means b is 0. Because it is minus b by a. When b is 0, minus b by a, that will be 0. So both roots are same in magnitude but are opposite in sign. That means between the x-axis, if you see the y-axis as the symmetry, it will be plus bx and minus x. The symmetry with respect to x square is equal to 4ac. It is like a parabola, symmetric with respect to y-axis. So the roots are plus and minus, equal in magnitude, opposite in sign. See, once we understood the concept behind the rules, we can apply anytime. If two zeros of the quadratic equation, formula given is x square minus of sum of the roots plus product of the roots. That is what we told here. It should be minus. Graph of any quadratic equation is a parabola because y square x square plus y is equal to x square is a parabolic equation. The zeros of a quadratic equation are x coordinates of the points where parabola is touching the graph. Let us see some more formula. The two zeros of a quadratic function are imaginary. They are imaginary means they are not touching x-axis. They are only touching y-axis or at some other point. Nothing touch. If two x co-intercepts of a parabola are nothing but the zeros of quadratic function, these two are nothing but they are zeros of the quadratic. What means the zero? See here, what is the value? There is some minus value y. Here there is some plus value y. But here y value is 0. So these are the roots of the quadratic equation. X coordinate of the vertex of parabola is minus b by 2a, and vertex is minus b by 2a and f of minus b by 2a. What is vertex? Minus b by 2a is the minimum point. From minimum point, here both roots are equal. What do you mean by minus b by 2a? When both roots are equal, what is the sum of the roots? Minus b by a. So x plus x is equal to minus b by a, 2x is equal to minus b by a, x is equal to minus b by 2a. At minus b by 2a, the roots are equal and that represent either minimum or maximum. In this case, because a is positive, it is representing plus. So in this case, it is minimum. So the vertex of parabola is minus b by 2a and f of minus b. This is the vertex of parabola. There will be focus point also will come. To know at where the parabola cuts y-axis or y-intercept of parabola, suppose I want where it is cutting y-axis. What I have to simply put? X is 0. So in this case, if I put x is 0, c, so y is equal to c. F of x is equal to this one. So if I put x is 0, c. So at point C, it is touching y-axis. If the sign of the first term, A, is negative, suppose A is, if it is, suppose the equation is like minus x square plus 2x plus 3. So the first term is minus, that means the parabola will be downward. This is upward parabola. For a plus a, for a minus a, it will be downward. We'll see for a minus a example. These are all plus a example. This is minus a. See, minus x plus 4 whole square. This is a drooping one. Plus x plus whole square. This is a cup. So here case we have a minimum. Here we case have a maximum. So if A signature is minus, we'll have a downward open parabola. If it is plus, we have a upward open parabola. Parabola will open downward. Otherwise, parabola will open upward. This is upward. Here it should come upward. The discriminant b square minus 4ac discriminates nature of the zeros and the quadratic equation, which we have just seen. Real or imaginary will come from this discriminant, because this is how we have completed the square. So if they are 0, they are equal. If they are greater than 0, we have two real roots. If they are not perfect square, then we have a irrational plus minus m plus n and m minus n. We have just seen. two irrational values, m plus root n and m minus root n, like a conjugate there. If it is less than 0, then imagine. This is where our portion now starts. Because up to 10th class, we have done these cases only. Now we are doing complex numbers also. We are including complex numbers also. What do you mean a complex number? Suppose this is one of the root of the equation. One of the root does need not, it's not touching x-axis, but this is a point. We have x-axis point and we have y-axis point. This is my complex number. This is my complex number. So from this, we can find out all the complex numbers. Roots are real. Okay. Let us form, suppose the roots are given, -3 ½ How to find? We have just seen x square minus sum of the roots into x plus product of the root. What is the sum of the roots? This is -3 plus 1/2 minus 5/2. Minus into minus plus. Product of the roots 3/2. So minus 3/2. This is the equation of the quadratic. We have to simplify it. X square plus 5/2x plus 3/2. So when we do LCM and take out this 0 into 2 is 0. So 2x square plus 5x minus 3. This is my quadratic equation. Okay, now let us see. If p plus 1 and q minus 2 are given, then find p and q. So p plus 1 is equal to 5. Q minus 2 is equal to 3. So we'll get p and q values. So let us see, we have given two roots here. So these two roots, simply I am putting x plus 4 into x minus 3. This is the quadratic equation. I can put like this. So this is the sum of the roots. 4 minus 4 plus 3 is what? Minus 4 plus 3 is minus 1. So minus of sum of roots is plus 1. So plus x. This is 4 minus 3 is 1. What is the product of roots? Minus 12. So this is minus 2. So instead of going through all these steps, I can directly write here. Instead of multiplying the roots, the factors, x plus 4 into x minus 3, I can straight away write x square minus of sum of the roots. Minus 4 plus 3 is minus 1. Minus of minus 1 is plus. So similarly here, I have to conjugate root, not conjugate, these are the complex roots. Irrational roots, 3 plus root 5, 3 minus root 5. Sum will in sum, these two get cancelled. So I'll get 2 into 3/5. Sum of the roots is 2 into 3/5. And product of the roots is a square minus b square. 9 minus 5 is 4/25. 4/25. What is the sum of the roots? Sum of the root is 6/5. Yes, 6/5. So you will get 6/5. Suppose if alpha, beta are the roots of this. Find the equation whose roots are alpha minus 5 and beta minus 5. So these are the where we are improving our standard of the subject compared to our 10th class revision. So here alpha beta we have to get from this, and we have to use alpha minus 5 and beta minus 5. So first we'll find out what is the sum of the roots. Alpha minus 5 plus beta minus 5 for the new equation. Alpha minus 5 plus beta minus 5. So this is the sum of the roots. What is the product of the roots? Is alpha minus 5 into beta minus 5. So we'll get alpha and alpha plus beta and alpha beta. So what is alpha plus beta? Alpha plus beta is 2/5. So alpha plus beta 2/5. What is alpha beta? Also 2/5. Alpha beta also 2/5. So when we substitute it, we'll get sum of the roots and product of the roots. Now the equation is x square minus of sum of the roots into x plus product of the roots. When I simplify the LCM, I'm getting 5x square plus 48 plus 30. 1 month. See, f of x. This is f of x. Two roots are minus 5. So if I put f of x plus 5, if I put f of x plus 5 also, I'll get the answer. Let us put x plus 5. This is minus 5, roots minus 5 both. I'm putting x plus 5. X square, so 5x square plus 5 square, 25. 25 are 125. 25 are 125 minus 10 plus 2. 127 minus 2, 113. See here, if I put in place of this root is x1 minus 5, x2 minus 5. So in place of x, if I put x plus 5, I'll get the new equation. So 5 into x plus 5 whole square minus 2 into x plus 5 plus 2 is equal to 0. So 5 into x plus 5 whole square is 5x square plus 5 into 10x. X plus 5 is 10x into 5, 50x minus 2 into x plus 5 minus 2x is 48x. I'm getting 48x plus 5, 25 5s are 125 minus 10, 115 plus 2, 117. So I should get 117. I'm getting 113 here. Let us see where it went wrong. So 2 by 5 minus 5 into 2 by 5 means that means minus 4 into 2 by 5. This is minus 8 by 5. So 25 or 125 minus 8 is 117. It is not 113. So 117 by 5. So whenever I have to write roots of alpha minus 5 and beta minus 5, I have to put x plus 5 in the equation. This is one of the shortcut. But this is the way we do normally. So here the mistake is 117. This one is 117. Okay. Now we'll go to next one. Suppose I want roots with 1 by alpha, 1 by beta. 1 by alpha, 1 by beta. If alpha beta roots of this, that means what is alpha plus beta? Minus b. What is alpha beta? Q. So for a new equation, sum of the roots is 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta. That means alpha plus beta by alpha beta. So minus b by q. What is the product of the roots? 1 by q. So substitute x square minus sum of the roots plus product of the roots. X square minus of minus b by q plus 1 by q. So qx square plus px plus 1. Otherwise, I will get by, if I want 1 by alpha, 1 by beta, then I will simply put f of 1 by x. F of 1 by x. So if I put in place of x 1 by x, this is 1 by x square, this is plus p by x, this is q. So if I take LCM, so it will become qx square plus px plus 1 is equal to 0, which is my equation. So this is my shortcut method. Here also, if I put x, if it is alpha minus 5, I'll put x plus 5. If alpha plus 5, I'll put x minus 5. That is my shortcut method. Here also shortcut method. Okay. These are what is given here, shortcut. If I want 1 by alpha, 1 by alpha 1, 1 by alpha 2, then my instead of f of x, I'll replace 1 by x. Wherever x is there, I'll put 1 by x. If it is x1 minus k, I'll put plus k. x1 plus k, I'll put f of x minus. Alternate signs have to use. I have to use alternate signs because x1 plus k, that means x1 is minus k. So I have to put f of x minus. Here plus or minus, here minus or plus. So accordingly, I have to put x plus k or x minus k. Here we have seen, I have put here x plus 5 because it is alpha minus 5. Here also x plus 5. So the signs here will vary. Suppose I want minus x1 minus x2 roots, I put f of minus x. If I want kx1 kx2 roots, if I put in place of x, if I put x by k, I'll get automatically roots of kx1 and kx. These are some shortcuts of the changing roots. Let us see some examples here. If x1 x2 are the roots of this equation, find this value. So x1 to the power of 4, x2 to the power of 7, plus x1 to the power of 7, x2 to the power of 4. So common is x1 to the power of 4 and x2 to the power of 4 are common. So x1 cubed plus x2 cubed. This is, I know, a cubed plus b cubed is equal to a plus b minus 3ab into a plus b. Rather a plus b whole cubed minus 3ab into a plus b. So I know x1 plus x2 is equal to minus b by a, and x1 x2 is c by a minus b by a. So I get x1 cubed plus x2 cubed. Get x1 cubed plus x2 cubed. I have to substitute x2 to the power of 4, x2 to the power of 4 is c by a to the power of 4. So c by a to the power of 4 into the equation from simplifying x1 cubed plus x2 cubed. By simplifying, I am getting this answer. So that is why we have to remember these factors. That's why they are given here. We have to visualize these factorizations. So Let us see another problem. Find two consecutive positive even integers whose sum of squares is 340. I know by trial and error, I know 12 square plus 14 square is 340. So I can put 12 and 14. Otherwise, I have to go x square plus x plus 2 whole square, because 2 even nearest even is x plus 2, or it can be written as x minus 2 also. In that case, x I will get 14. Here x plus 2, x I am getting 12. So when I solving this equation, a quadratic equation, I am getting x 12. So automatically next even integer is 14. So for small figures, I can use trial and error to speed up my time. But if it's a long figure, I have to go for formula calculation. So we have to prove that x minus a into x minus b is h square, and all the roots are real. All the roots are real. Let us say these are the roots. A and b are the roots. So the equation is x square minus of a plus bx plus ab minus h square comes this way, minus this is c. Total becomes c. Then what is the discriminant of this? B square minus 4ac. So a plus b whole square minus 4 into ab minus h square under root. So minus 4ab, a plus b whole square minus 4ab becomes a minus b whole square plus 4h square under root. So these two are positive, whole square and whole square, both are positive. That means the rules are real, they are not imaginary. Root of minus 1 is not appearing in this. What is happening here? Minus 4ab is coming into this square and forming a minus b whole square plus h square, 4h square. Okay, now see the other problem. Having roots x1, x2. Now these are what we have already gone through. So if I want equation of roots kx1, kx2, what I have to do? In place of x, I have to submit x by k. If I want x1 by k, x2 by k, then I have to put in place of x, I have to put kx, like that. They are all slightly opposite. Here plus, here x1 plus k, I have to put x minus k. Here x1 minus k, I have to put x plus k, like that. Slightly like this also, slightly opposite fractions. Once we practice, we get acquainted. Now let us say, suppose you have been asked to do y to the power of 4 plus 1 is equal to 0. This is not quadratic. Now I have to reduce it to quadratic equation. So how I can do? So y square minus root 2y plus 1 into y square plus root 2y plus 1 is equal to 0. So if I simplify this, I am getting y to the power of 4 plus 1. I have to factorize into two quadratic equations. So once I know quadratic equation, minus b plus r minus root of b square minus 4ac, minus b plus r minus root of b square minus 4ac. So these are the roots I am getting. In terms of I am getting here. Let us see here. X minus 4 root x minus 5. If I put root x is my u, so this becomes u square minus 4u minus 5. This is a simple quadratic equation. So again, u is 5, u is minus 1. So I put back my root x is equal to 5. So x is equal to 25, x is equal to plus 1. So these are the roots of this equation. So we have to reduce this to a quadratic, whatever form it is given. Let us see here, z to the power 1 by 3, 2x minus 2 to the power of 2 by 3. So this is equal to 0 when I have taken both sides. Now I have done cubing on both sides. So what I am going to do, x minus 1 whole square is equal to x. So it is a quadratic equation. So here simply if I put x to the power 1 by 3 as t, so x to the power 2 by 3 is t square. But this expansion is not x to the power of 2 by 3. This is a binomial expansion. So I have to simplify this in different method. This is the method. So and 4x square minus 5x plus 1. So I know to convert into vectors, x minus 1 into 4x minus 1, x is 1 by 4 and 1. These are the roots of this equation. We have to solve another problem. Root of x by 1 minus x, root of 1 minus x by x is equal to 13 by 6. So one root I have taken here. So if I squaring, so this side is gone out of root. So 2ab is left out with root. All the other factors I brought to one side. 169 by 36, 1 minus x by x I brought to non-root x side. So this is the non-root x portion. 2x minus 1 by x into x minus 1 minus 169 by 36 is equal to this is the root portion. Again I am squaring both sides. So this also root has gone. So I am getting a simplified equation. This is my simplified equation. 169 by 9 into 1 minus x by x. This is my simplified equation. So this is a pure rough method of solving. Further, we have to reduce it to a quadratic equation and solve it. In place of this, we will use another simplified method. Let us see. Slightly simplified method. Here I am taking root of x by 1 by 6 as a. In that case, the reverse will become 1 by a. So this left side, I am giving a plus 1 by a is equal to 13 by 6. Here I get a is 2 by 3 or 3 by 2. So I know a is root of x by 1 by 6. So when I am squaring it, I am getting x by 1 minus 6 is 4 by 9. If I am solving this, x is equal to 4 by 13. In the second case, 9 by 13. The answer is 4 by 13. See, it's so simple. So I have to reduce it to a quadratic equation. This is my rough method. It needs lot of calculations and see 169 by 36 whole square also is involved here. A huge calculation. So this method itself is wrong. We have to go for a simplified version. So I have to simply put, I have to observe this is a, this is 1 by a. I can here say without root I can write x by 1 by x is equal to a. In that case, what happens? Root a plus 1 by root a is equal to 13 by 6. Again, I will get a roots. So simply I am taking root itself as a. So when simplifying, I am getting this answer. So 9x is equal to 4 minus 4x. So 9 plus 4 is 13x is equal to 4. X is equal to 4 by. That is simple linear equation. This is no more a quadratic. This is also a linear equation. So see similarly x square plus 1 by x square plus 5 into x plus 1 x plus 1 by x plus 6 is equal to 0. So here I am taking as x plus 1 by x as 2. Then what is t square? X square plus 1 by x square plus 2. The 2ab x's get cancelled out 2. So x square plus 1 by x square is t square minus 2. So this equation becomes x square plus 1 by x is t square minus 2 and minus 5 into t plus 6 is equal to 0. So I get two values of t. So if I substitute two values of t in x plus 1 by x, 1 or 4, I am getting two quadratic equations. And I am solving plus or minus half plus or minus I root 3 by 2, 2 plus or minus root 3. These are my 4. Why I am getting 4 roots here? Because x square, x plus 1 by x. That is what is becoming when I take LCM as x square. So x square into x to the power of 4 it is coming. So this is an equation of x to the power of 4. I will have 4 roots. I will have 4 roots. So let us continue further advancement in the quadratic equations. Okay. Let us see this. Let us see the concept of common root. See the concept of common. When two quadratic equations have a common root, ax square plus bx plus c and a dash x square plus b dash x plus c, then there should be a condition for to have a common root. Now I am writing in a matrix form: ax square plus bx plus c, a dash x square plus b dash x plus c. In place of x, let the root be alpha. Common root be alpha. So alpha square alpha alpha. So I am solving this. When I am solving this, how I am getting alpha square by this matrix bc dash minus cb dash. Bc dash minus cb dash is equal to alpha by this matrix ca minus ac dash. ca dash minus ac dash is equal to this constant. So 1 by these two. A b dash minus b a dash. So the order is important here. See, the order is important. You have to write ax square plus bx plus c, a dash x square plus b dash x plus c. So when I'm taking alpha square, I have to take this as the my matrix. So what is this matrix value? bc dash minus cb dash. If I take alpha, I will take these two are my matrix. So it starts from here, ca minus ac dash, ca dash. This is a dash. So then the 1, if I take 1, these two comes out of matrix ab dash minus b a dash. So the signature, the sign part is important. So when I simplify this, what I am getting, CA dash minus C dash A whole square is equal to this into this. That means finally what is happening here? C A dash minus A C dash whole square. So the extreme points, it is jumping one central one. It is going to extremes. So the AC dash minus CA dash whole square is equal to central both these two and these two matrix. AB dash minus BA dash into BC dash minus CB dash. AB dash minus BA dash into BC dash minus CB dash. So central ones are 2 multiplication. It is like 1 into 3 is equal to 1 into 2 and 2 into 1. Like that. Okay. You instead of by hearting this, you observe this cut. So let us see. These two have common root. What is the condition? So we have seen x square by a minus b is equal to x by 2 minus 3. X is minus x is okay. Minus x by 3 minus 2. 1 by 3b minus 2a. So this is, so when we solve it, I am getting x is equal to b minus a. I'm getting x is equal to b. This is a condition for these two equations to have a common root. Both roots may be different. Suppose one root is common. Second root may be both different for this, different. So there are total 3 roots for these two equations. Common root plus another root. Common root plus third. Okay, that is the possibility. Okay, now let us say this. If these two equations have a common root, what is the value of y? Now we know this equation. A2C1, we have seen this. The extreme multiplication 6 into k minus 3 into 12. 12 3s are 36. So 6 into k minus 36 whole square. 6k minus 36. When whole square seen is not important. So the in between multiplication, b1 c2 minus b2 c1. So b1 c2 minus b2 c1. Similarly, c1 a2 minus c2 a1. So we have to put the values of this and simplify. So what I am getting in a quadratic in k. So I am getting k as minus 154 and minus 83. Both are possible to have a common root. Both are possible to have a common root. Okay. So this is how we have to find out. So how to by heart this formula for a common root? It is slightly difficult. Let us do a easy method. X square minus 11x plus k and x square minus 14x plus 2k have a common factor. When they have common factor means what? Y is 0 when that x is having some common value. So this is a initial earlier method. We used c square is equal to alpha square by this is equal to alpha by this and 1 by this, because of the this is the formula, because alpha square by bc dash minus cb dash, alpha by ca dash minus ac dash, 1 by ab dash minus ba dash. Okay, this is the formula we have used here and we solved as per now. Now we'll see the new process. I am thinking let x is the common factor. So these equations as it is I am writing is equal to 0, because at this common factor, common root, x value, the y value is 0. So when suppose I'm subtracting from top to bottom, x square gets cancelled, I get 3k is equal to 3x is equal to k. So when I substitute 3x is equal to k in the first one, x square means k by 3 whole square minus 11 into k by 3 plus k. So when I am simplifying it, I am getting either k is 0 or k is 24. So if I suppose if I put 0, k, this is 0, this is 0. So x square minus 4x, x square minus 11x. So x is a common, x0 is a common factor. Otherwise k24 also we have a common factor. K24 also, x is K, 3x is K, so x is 8. So 8 and 0 both are having common roots. See? Here we have to by heart this problem, we have to arrange the matrix, all these things. Algebraically, it is better way to do this way. Simply, you have to solve two equations such that let the x square get cancelled. Then I have a relation between x and k. Substitute in one of them and find out the k values. It is easy for me. Okay. So whenever common root is asked, we can do both the ways. If this is not possible, we will use this method. Let us see. Sign of a quadratic expression and a. Suppose if you see here, if a is positive, ax square plus bx plus c, if x square coefficient is positive, it is a open curve upwards. This is a is positive, open upward. This is a is positive, open upward. If a is negative, say if it is minus x square minus y minus 2x like that, minus x square plus 2x, then in the case it is a negative. This is the drooping curve. It is open bottom, drooping curve. So what is the sign of quadratic expression and a? In this case, is there any x factor? There is no real factor touching x-axis. That means what? B square minus 4ac is less than 0. B square minus 4ac is less than 0 and a is positive. And a is positive. Because it is an open up curve, a is positive. That means even the expression value everywhere, if you see up to infinity, up to x infinity, the value is positive. So that's what is it. If b square minus 4ac is less than 0, both have same sign. Both have same sign because a is also positive, this is also positive. If you see the reverse one, in the reverse one also, if here case a is negative, so even the expression value is also negative. Here of course you have one root, but if it is b square minus 4ac is 0 here. B square minus 4ac is 0. But if it is slightly down, there is no b square minus 4ac, then the expression is negative and a is also negative. That means what? Both have same sign if b square minus 4ac is 0. So you can see from the figures, if it is b square minus 4ac is more than 0, so this is the case, b square minus 4ac is more than 0, where a is positive. Here a is positive. You have two roots. So if the value is between these two roots, if the x is between these two roots, I am getting expression is negative, negative y. If the x value is beyond these two roots, the expression is positive. They are opposite side. So within these roots, this is a is positive. So within these roots, a is positive and expression is negative. Beyond these roots, a is positive and expression also positive. Similarly for a reverse curve. If you see for a reverse curve here a is negative. A is negative. Suppose this is b square minus 4ac is more than 0. That's why I'm having two roots. So if this is in between them, a is negative, expression is positive. If beyond that a is negative, expression is here is a is negative, expression also negative. So depending on the case to case, we should be able to see visualize the drawing. So let us see its proof of this. If ax square plus bx plus c can be written as a into x plus b by 2a whole square plus c by a minus b square by 4a square. I'm rearranging in a squaring formula. So a is coming back here. A square bx plus c by a is equal to this expression. If you see here, this is the expression, this is the a coefficient. Here is square, this is positive. 4a square is also positive. Only this is 4ac minus b square. If 4ac minus b square is also positive, that means what? Both have same sign. If it is plus, is also plus. If it is minus, this is also minus. That means 4ac minus b square, if it is positive, then both have same sign. That means if I take the minus here, b square minus 4ac is negative, then we have same sign. B square is the same thing. 4ac minus b square greater than 0 is equal to b square minus 4ac less than 0. That means both have same sign. This is what we have seen here. A positive, y positive, a negative, y negative. So this is what is being discussed here. Let us see an example. X square plus x plus 1. We have to write the sign of expression for all values of x. Here we know b square minus 4ac is less than 0 and x is positive. That means both are same positive sign. Both have same sign. This is x is positive, then like this curve. And b square minus 4ac is less than 0. That means it is like this curve. So both have same signature, that is positive. Expression is positive for all x. That is the another example. If a into x minus 1 into x minus 2 is 0. Now, we know this is like that. These are having two roots. Automatically, we need not look for b square minus 4ac. When x1 is 0, the value expression is 0, x2 is 0. So it has two roots, x1 and x2. So for all values x between the two roots, the value is negative. So it will be negative. If it is beyond the two roots, value is positive. So depending on the A sign, we know curve is open upwards or curve is open downwards. Depending on the roots, we know how it is behaving. Between the roots, it is opposite sign, and beyond the roots, same sign. So another example, x square minus 5x plus 6. Here I am converting it to 2. So between 2 and 3, this expression is negative. This expression is expression is negative, but A is positive. A is 1 here. A is positive. The expression is negative, else it is positive. You understood the correlation between expression and the drawing, right? Let us see maxima and minima. You know, it is a parabola. It is having some vertex. All parabolas having some vertex. So this vertex will be either minimum or maximum. Here you see, it is a minus x square case, where is a open bar downwards. That means there is a maximum here. Minimum is infinity. You cannot define the minimum in this case. If it is plus, a is plus, x square plus 5 like that, you have a minimum. You cannot have a maximum here. So this is minimum if a is positive. This is maximum if a is negative. And this is where both roots are same. See, when y is same at 2x's, 2x, y is same. So, but here y is same for only 1x. Here both roots are same. They are not roots. These are the roots. These are the here roots are same. Here roots are same. But this value comes when x is equal to minus b by 2a. In fact, what is x here? x1 plus x2 by 2 is x. Exactly center of these two x coordinates. Exactly. So if you see here, minus 2 plus 2, automatically x is this minus b by 2a is 0. This is center. This is symmetric. Parabola is always symmetric with respect to the axis. X is going to the center of the coordinates, center of the roots. So this is so we can say that is x1 plus 2 by 2 is equal to the common x. So it has only one root, one y here. It has only one y here for the x. For one y, we have two x's here. Here for one negative y, again we have two x's, x1 and x2. But always this is x1 plus x2 y2. So let us see. If at x is minus b by 2a, what is the value of the expression we are getting? See here, when x is minus b by 2a, this becomes 0. This becomes 0. Then the expression becomes 4ac minus b square by 4a square into a. So a get cancelled by 4a. 4ac minus b square by 4a. Square by 4a. So ax square plus bx plus c, just we have written this way. So when x is minus b by 2a, I am getting 4ac minus b square by 4a. So this is y. When this y is becoming 0 means what? 4ac becoming b square. So this is the y value, either maxima or minima, depending on the curve. If it is open upward, it is a minima. If it open downward, it is a maxima. You see here, when x is equal to minus b by 2a, so we have minimum value of y. This is y, whole expression f of x. This whole square is getting 0. That means if x is something is there other than minus b by 2a, if x is value some value, something will be added to this expression. 4ac minus b square by 4a, because a I am bringing here 4a. So something will be added because it is square. It is square. So because the square is becoming 0, so this is the minimum value I am getting. Minimum or maximum. If it is minus, a is minus, that means something will be minus here. Suppose a is minus, it comes here minus here. So something value will be reduced. I am getting maximum. If a is plus, something value will be added. If it is not 0, something will be added. So this is minimum. So here itself you can see, if a is positive, I am getting a minimum value. If a is negative, I am getting a maximum value. See from the expression. You can do it another way also. Suppose f dash x. F dash x. Ax square plus bx is 2ax plus b. If it is 0, x is equal to minus b by 2. At this point, the slope is 0. What do you mean by f dash x? F dash x is the slope of the curve. What is the slope of the curve here? We have some dy by dx. What is the slope of the curve here? dy is 0. dx is there, but dy is 0. So this is 0. Slope is 0. Here also slope is 0. dy is 0 for a small dx. But everywhere there is some dy associated with dx. So here it is 0. So that is the f dash x is 0. Then what is f double dash x? F double dash x is 2a, that is positive. F double dash x positive means we have minimum. F double dash x is negative means we have positive, maximum. So it depends on the a side. If a is positive, we are getting minimum. If a is negative, we are getting maximum. F double dash. What do you mean by f double dash x? F double dash x means if a is positive, we have that means the slope is more. After f dash x, the slope is increasing. F double dash x is positive means slope is increasing. That means this is the minimum value from where both sides slope increases. Slope is going up. But in the other case, when a is negative, slope is reducing. So here is a maximum value. Afterwards, it is only sliding. Slope is minus. Here also, this is minus y, this is minus x. As you go to minus yx, y is reducing. As you go to plus x also, y is reducing. Both sides y is reducing. Now let us see some example here. This is f of x. I put x is minus b by 2a minus 5 by 4. When I substitute it, I am getting my 7 by 8. So this is the minimum value because a is positive. It is open upwards. So I have a minimum value at this point. Now similarly here also, f is equal to minus x square plus 4. It is a drooping down curve. This is minus square plus 4. I have plus 2 minus 2. Two roots are here. I have plus 2 minus 2. Two roots are here. So minus b by 2a automatically becomes y is 0. So here b is 0. In fact, what is b? X square plus bx is 0. B is 0. That means when b is 0, b by minus b by 2a, x is 0. X minus b by 2a, b is 0. That means x is 0. So x is 0. Automatically y is 4. When I put 0 here, I'll get 4. So vertex is 0, 4. Here also vertex is minus b by 2a, 4ac minus b square by 4a. Okay. So this we should be able to visualize either minimum. This is here it is maximum because it is a minus ax square. It is maximum. Now we see here. If a is positive, the range. Now this is a is positive curve. What is the range of y? As a goes to infinity, this goes to infinity. As x goes to positive x, infinity, this also goes to infinity. So range is from minus infinity to minus 3. 2 to infinity, and between these two we have a negative value and some limited value. So the range is from minus infinity to plus infinity. Value of x is minus infinity to plus, this is the arrow shown, minus infinity to plus infinity. More than 2, if it is more than 2, less than minus 3, for which y is positive. The range for which y is positive, this is the range. The range for which y is negative, this is the range between 2 and minus 3. Minus 3 is less than x, less than 2. So the range for negative is this, the range for positive is up to infinity, both sides. Okay. Let us see some exercise problems. If these two have a common root, prove that a plus 4b plus 4c is equal to 0. So there are two methods. First method is let x be the common root. Ax square plus 2bx plus c is 0. X square plus 2cx plus b is 0. When I am subtracting, what I am getting, 2x into b minus c is equal to b minus c. So here x is equal to half. X is equal to how much? Half I am getting. B minus c getting cancelled. I'm getting x is equal to half. When I substitute here, ax square, a by 4 plus 2b by 2 plus c. And when I simplify this, a plus 4b plus 4c is equal to 0. What is the second method? I know the formula. C1a2 minus a1c2 whole square is equal to a1b2 minus b1a2 into b1c2 minus c1b2. So if I substitute the values also, I am getting, it is somewhat difficult. I have to rearrange the terms. C square plus b square minus 2bc is common in both. B square plus c square minus 2bc, b square plus c square minus, these are some, I have to add and I have to minus, so that I will get in front of 4b, I should get this. In front of 4c, I should get this. In front of a, I am already getting from this by rearranging the terms. So whatever I got in front of a, I should get in front of minus 4b and minus 4c. Accordingly, I have to add and subtract my terms. So this common factor getting cancelled, I'm getting the equation. So this, how we have to add in this? Seeing the required answer. But this is a simple method. We know this is the formula. See, C1A2 minus C2A1. This is A1. So C1 whole square. Talking of C1A2 minus C1A2 minus C2A1 whole square. Under the whole square, it does not is not matter. Which is plus, which is minus, does not matter. Next is A1 B2 minus A2 B1 into B1 C2 minus C2 B1. B1 C2 C2 B1. Okay. Now, let us see another problem. If x square plus x plus b is 0 and this having a common root and first equation has equal roots, prove that this. Two conditions. These two have a common root and this has equal roots. So let the x be the common root. I put same equations I have brought down here. So when I am subtracting, I am getting a equation. X into a minus c is equal to d minus b is equation 1. So it has equal roots. That means b square minus 4ac is 0. So b square is a square minus 4b is 0. Here I have a relation between a and b. Now the root is, sum of the roots is minus b by a. So minus a. Minus a is 2x. So x is equal to minus a by 2. So when I substitute in this, x is equal to minus a by 2 into a by c is equal to d minus b. Ca minus a square is 2d minus 2b. Again using 2, I have 2, a square minus 4b is, a square is 4b. In place of a square, I am putting 4b, I am getting the required answer. Okay. Now, what is the signs of quadratic equation? X square minus 5x plus 4. So we know between 1 and 4 it is negative and beyond it is positive. Between 1 and 4 it is negative and else it is positive. And minimum value is at when x is minus b by 2a When x is minus b by 2a, what is minus b by 2a? 5 by 2. 5 by 2. And if I substitute a square minus 5x plus 4 minus 9 by 4 is the value. You see, the roots are what? Roots are 1 and 4. If I add these two roots, 1 plus 4 is 5 and average is by 2, 5 by 2. So this is the midpoint. This is where I am getting a minimum value. So the midpoint of roots is the minus b by 2a. Because sum of the roots is what? Minus b by a. And put by 2 minus b by 2a is nothing but sum of the roots by 2. Okay. Let us see some more problem. Find the value of x. If fx is positive, what is the value of x? So minus 5x square plus 4x plus 2. We have minus b plus r minus root of b square plus 4ac by 2a. We get two roots. So since it is positive, the value for, since x is negative, the coefficient of x is negative, this is drooping down curve. That means what? Between the roots, it is positive. So I have to write one root less than x less than second root. Is a minus root, is a plus root, is a higher, bigger root. So between these two values of x, I have a positive for this expression. For what values expression are positive? So it's a simple up down open up curve, U curve. It is U curve, it is reverse U curve. Let us say V curve or reverse U, like a intersection curve, intersection B curve. This is U curve, union curve. So here we know these are the factors of the equation. Minus 3 and 1 are the roots, minus 3 and half are the roots. So is upward parabola. When it is positive means beyond these two roots. So if it is more than half and less than minus 3, then we are going beyond the roots and we get always positive. Of course, if it is between them, we will get a negative. Find the changes of sign and extreme values of this. Again, minus 3x square is a drooping down curve. So now we have two roots here, 3 and minus 5 by 3. So beyond these roots, we have positive, and within the roots, we have negative. Fx less than 0, beyond this, because it's drooping down curve, it is negative. So between the roots, it is positive. So extreme value is minus b by 2a. What is minus b by 2a? Minus b by 2 into minus 3, 2 by 3, which is nothing but average of these two. What is the roots here I found? 3 and 5 by 3. When I do average, 3 minus 5 by 3 is 9 minus 5 by 3. So 3 minus 5 by 3. So 9 minus 5 by 3 is 4 by 3. By 2. Average is by 2. By 2 means 2 by 3. Same minus b by 2a, nothing but sum of the roots by 2. So if I substitute this b by 2a value of x into the equation, I am getting 49 by 3 as my maxima. This is maxima because the drooping down curve, I will have a maxima because my slope f double dash x is down. Now let us find out a of this mixed expression. X square plus x plus 1 by x square minus x plus 1. How to find out in such cases? Let us assume it as a y. So I converted to a formula of x square, y as a coefficient. For this to have a real root, this b square minus 4ac should be more than 0. So y plus 1 whole square minus 4ac should be greater than 0. Then we have, if I remove minus here, so it should be less than 0. Roots are 3 and 1 by 3. For the values of y, 3 and 1 by 3, I'll have value for this real values. So 1 by 3 less than y less than 3, y to be negative. Y to be negative because this is minus expression. This is minus expression, drooping down curve. So between the curves, f of y is, since it has come 0 here, because when I put y and brought it here, I got 0 here. This is now an equation. So I can remove minus also in the equation. So That means this 3y square should be less than 0. This expression should be less than 0 for this to have a range. So if this should be less than 0, expression less than 0 means it should be between the roots because it is a positive U curve. So it should be between -3, 1 by 3 and 3. Y should be, then we have a negative here. This is again the range of this expression. Let us do the same thing, determine the range. So I am re-simplifying again b square minus 4ac. What I am getting here? Y square should be greater than 0. So it should be greater than 0. That means y should be -1 and -9. Y should be less than -9 and more than -1. Less than -9 and then only it will have more than 0. Is a positive U curve. This is a positive U curve. It's like this. So beyond the roots only y is positive. This should be more than 0. Expression should be more than 0. So for these two values, we have a range with here real roots. Let us see. Let us understand quadratic in equations. In equations, we have 0. Suppose this is an equation. This is 0 is the equation. In equation means either we have greater than or we have less than. That means what? Suppose is equal to 0 means these two roots. These two roots is equal at this point, y is 0. If it is greater than 0 means all possibilities of x in this zone. This is y is plus. Less than 0 means all negative values of y. That means beyond -4 and beyond 3 by 2 is we have for all values of x beyond these two limits. I have here y is negative. So he is asking the range. Inequality means asking the entire range. Equality means only roots. Equality means only root. Inequality means he is asking entire range. Let us see some examples. Let us see some examples. This first example. This is -2x square. That means a drooping down curve. So the roots are -4 and 3 by 2. Between -4 and 3 by 2 we have positive and else we have negative. So what is asked here? Greater than 0. Greater than 0 means for all values of x -4 to 3 by 2, this is greater than 0. This is the answer. Again, this inequality less than 0. This is a positive U curve. Positive U curve. So between the roots it is less than 0. So -5 to 3, this is the range. This entire range is the answer. If I put a shadow here, if I put a shading, so the entire range is the answer for this value of y and x. Now, let us see here. This problem. Same. X square -1 less than 0. So this portion is x square -1 less than 0. It is a positive U curve. X coefficient is positive, x square coefficient. So it's a positive U curve. So between the roots, it is negative. And beyond that, it is positive. -1 beyond x and +1 beyond x. This is positive. So this is the answers for these two. For the top one, answer is the bottom zone. For the bottom one, answer is the beyond this curve zone. So away from this curve. It is away from this curve. Similarly here, x square plus 2x minus 8 greater than 0. Greater than 0 means what? Beyond this curve. Beyond this curve. Less than 0, within this curve, within these roots. This is the y value. This area it is less. So this whole zone is less. This zone is more. Let us see here. This is a zone where everything outside the roots. This is also outside the root D, B. And what is C area? C is such that it is satisfying both the quadratic expressions. This is one quadratic expression where b square minus 4ac is less than 0. That is why it is not touching x-axis. This is a quadratic expression where b square minus 4ac is more than 0 because it is touching x-axis. But coefficient of x square is negative. So what is the zone? What is the value of x which is satisfying both quadratic expressions? So this C zone is satisfying both the expressions. It is common to both. It's common to both. Let us see an example here. Y is less than this and y is greater than this. We have two values here. So y is less than this minus x square. This is minus x square. So all this zone, orange zone is y is less than this. Y less than or equal to, less than or equal to. So we have a thick line. We have a thick line. Y is greater than x square. So positive U curve should be. This is a positive U curve. It should be greater, and it should not include this line area. Because not equal is not there. So this is dotted. So the line is dotted. So what is the zone satisfying both the conditions inequality? This purple zone, where thick line of red and dotted line of dotted means line is not included. Here line is included. Okay. In our cricket match also we see run out. Line included is not acceptable. You have to be inside the line. Similarly for no ball, you should be outside the line. On the line is not no ball, outside the line. So including, excluding is important factor. Let us see this equation. X square minus 4x minus 2n should be greater than or equal to 0. So I brought it this minus 7, x is 7 and minus 3. So for the values of less than minus 3 and more than 7, we have a more than 0, including these values. Equal to 0, these two values it is 0. So beyond that also it is positive. So again this equation. So when I am squaring both sides, I am getting a quadratic equation. In the quadratic equation, when a roots are is 23 by 5 and 3. So less than 0 means that is in between these two roots. My value x, the y value is less than 0. So these are all inequalities. Whole zone will come into picture. Okay. With this, we conclude our quadratic equation of the standard. So there are higher level will come, higher degrees, degree of 4, degree 5. In future it will come. But now we should be able to have very clear-cut understanding what is minus x square, what is plus x square parabola, what is minus x square parabola, maxima, minima, range, plus, minus, wisdom, thorough knowledge.